everybody, welcome to Malt News or Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric. Up on the bar for today, got two Christmas whiskeys. Paul John, Christmas Edition 2019. Paul John, Christmas Edition 2020. As always here on the channel, nose taste finish review of these whiskeys coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about their value, give you my final thoughts, final scores, leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you've yet to, take a sec, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss my whiskey reviews. They come out every Friday here on YouTube. Okay. Paul John, it is a single malt whiskey. It is a single malt whiskey from Goa, India. So these are considered world whiskeys by most standards. And back in 2018, they began a Christmas edition. Unfortunately, that one was only released in, I believe, just India. It did not make its way to the States. However, the 2019 version did, as well as the 2020. And any day now, you should start seeing the 2021 pop up in most places here in the US. Unfortunately, I was not able to get it in time for the holidays. That said, we're going to talk about these whiskeys a little bit here. First and foremost, this is the tube of the 2019. This one in particular, non-chill filtered, which is great. These are non-age statement. And this is a Pedro Jimenez finish. So it's got the PX going for it. So you're getting a little bit of peat along with your PX. This is 2019, and that's about the tail of the tape on that. 2020 came in this red tube, also 46% non-chill filtered. This one is ex-bourbon, Oloroso, and virgin oak. Also has a little bit of peated malt in it as well. So a couple different finishes here on the 2020, the 2011 or 19, just PX. And the 2021, which I said should be pretty available here in the US soon, I believe is ex-bourbon, Madeira, and port, also with a bit of peat in it. So first, let's get to these in the glass. We will give them a taste. This is the color of that 2019 PX. And here is the 2020 Virgin Oak Bourbon Oloroso. So these are, it's unclear if these are natural colored or not. I believe they are. It does not say so, unfortunately, on the bottle or the tube. So we do have to assume that some color may have been added to these. All right. First with the PX. Wow, rich, very full nose, kind of meaty, little bit of that peat smoke on here. Deep, kind of juicy berry. I want to say blackberry, raspberry, honey, cinnamon. A lot going on here on the PX. All right. Let's do the nose here on the 2020. Wow. Again, you get a bit of barley sweetness on both of these. You get a bit of hint of that peat, but this 2020, just a bit more complexity. It's spicier, a little bit drier, more oak driven. Again, honey, there's dark dried fruit notes. Very nice. Okay, first with the PX. Pretty tasty. Not overly sweet on the palate. Pretty viscous and oily, a lot of, as you'd expect, kind of Pedro Jimenez red fruit berry notes. You get a hint of that peat along with a little bit of ginger and caramel. It gets into the later part of the development. Pretty long finish. Mostly just kind of red fruit. Good casks on this for sure. Pretty juicy, fruit forward. Okay. Cleanse the palate. Now we're going to go here on the 2020. Really great balance here. Again, on the oilier side, heavy, bold flavor. Bit spicier. Dark dried red fruit, not really as juicy. More of the bourbon cask coming through here. Some caramel, some vanilla, toffee, honey. Peat hit is nice. It's more peat than smoke. So you get that effervescence on the tongue, and it really rounds off the edges on this. This is a really well-balanced, rounded whiskey for the 3 different finishes they have in it. Long on the finish here too. Getting a little bit of almond nuttiness, cafe mocha maybe, with hints of white chocolate. All right. Okay, 46% on both of these. I am about going to put a bit of water on these. Do 2 drops each. Hello, Winston the Whiskey Cat. Interested in what's going on here. All right, here's the PX now. And very, very red fruit forward. A little spicier now with the water. Really nice. Water doesn't change it much. We get a little bit more citrus, a little zestier, maybe even a bit more spice, but all in all, this is a very PX forward whiskey. What's up? We'll see what Winston the Whiskey Cat has to say about this. Into it? Nope. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Clean the palate one more time. Now the 2020. Oh, wow. That virgin oak kicking up. It smells like fresh wood, fresh oak cask. Really nice. A bit more deep earthiness to go along with the sweetness. I really like what water has done to this one. Let's give it a taste. This one somehow got creamier. It almost has a bit of that French oak cask, pardon me for that. That French oak cask kind of just heavy chocolate note. Wow. Good spice. Long finish as well. A lot going on here. Just check one more time on the color of this. No, yeah, it does not say anything about natural color on these, unfortunately. So, but the non-chill filtered, will take that. Okay, so Paul John Christmas Edition. Obviously, these are not whiskeys that are sitting, being released on a regular basis that you're going to find on the shelf in July. So relatively exclusivity, a little bit higher on the exclusivity. These are pretty available in the US. You may have to hunt a little bit. If you do, you will find these for right around between $80 and $100. So average price around $90. I know that may strike some folks as a little steep for something with a no age statement, but the quality level here is definitely there. And these Indian whiskeys, because of the high elevation, they lose a lot more distillate due to evaporation on an annual basis. So, you know, what you can really kind of expect, you know, these are going to be on the younger age statement side, but because of other factors, you know, you're still getting a pretty properly aged whiskey in some of these. They just don't want to necessarily throw the number on it. Okay, so final thoughts. Paul John, probably quickly becoming my favorite Indian distillery, definitely up there with Amrut in terms of its quality. Both of these 2 Christmas editions, the 2019 and the 2020, really, really good purchases. I highly would recommend getting either one of these. I'm hoping the 2021 will be just as good. As far as scores on these go, so the 2019, really solid malt, but not quite there in terms of the complexity and interesting dynamism. You do get a little bit of peat. Again, the oak cask was coming through a bit more with the additional water, but this is primarily just a PX bomb with a little bit of barley and distillery character coming from that poking through. Totally respectable whiskey. I'm going to give this a 3.75 out of 5. As for the 2020, I think this is a real gem. Impressive balance amongst the ex-bourbon, Oloroso, and virgin oak casks. Plus, you got that peat giving it a little spice. Wide range of flavor here. Good viscosity, good quality, 46% non-chill filtered. This is one of the better whiskeys I've had here in 2020 and 2021. And so I'm going to actually give this a really, really high score, which is going to be a 4.25 out of 5. It is that good. I recommend you go grab some. These are still on the shelves across the US. You can probably find it online if it's not in your local shop. Really, really good stuff. Looking forward to the new one, and definitely recommend Paul John in general as a whiskey you should check out if you're a Scotch fan. So 4.25 out of 5 on the Paul John Christmas Edition 2020, 3.75 out of 5 on the Paul John Christmas Edition 2019. And with that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of these sips and head off into the holidays. If you are celebrating Christmas, I wish you a very merry one. If you have celebrated other holidays so far, raise my glass to you as well. Hope everybody stays safe, be well. One final picture of my grumpy Winston the whiskey cat. Biting doesn't take a holiday. Here's your mom using cilantro.